question, huh? You're not asking me that. I am saying, in fact, I think there is a third yet statement by Ms. Pillay. I will locate it. But in the interim, I want us to go to the investigation diary. In your investigation diary, starting at page 800, this is the entry you made at page 803. At the bottom of page 803, against the date 1st July 2021, second point, you have listed them there. You say first, you say you went with Mpangase and Sibia. Second, Team Flower Day of Mega Fright present.
Yes.
That's what you note.
That's what I know.
But that's the one person you still don't get.
I didn't need
yes.
a statement from him, yes.
And gets back to the issue we discussed in the morning at 8:04. You say at 7, container resealed. You even claim you resealed the container here. That's the third seal I said I'm looking for.
Yes.
And you couldn't explain where that seal is. But your investigation diary suggests that you actually resealed that container.
Yes.
Which is not true.
If I wrote the container was resealed, it would have been resealed.
I asked where, in all your statements and all these statements, even during your inquiry,
Yes.
you consistently provide 2 seal numbers. The original seal number of the container as you broke it on the 22nd of
Yes.
June. The second seal number that you replaced the first with after you took the drugs.
Yes.
But then you went and opened on the 1st of July. That's what we started with this morning.
Yes.
On the 1st of July, did you reseal? And it was Rick Marrow, you didn't remember, maybe you did. Then you, I think, eventually said, no, you did not seal because you are releasing the container. But your investigation diary suggests that you actually resealed.
Yes, okay.
So I am saying this point makes the point that this investigation diary is absolutely unreliable. I agree with Commissioner Baloyi. It's manufactured fact in all this diary, post fact.
No.
And I'll tell you why I say it's manufactured as well. Let's page through it. Yesterday we discussed 24-hour inspection by your senior that you have at your page 803.
Yes.
And before, that's conducted by you. Thereafter, the next one is at page 807. That is by Nandal.
Yes.
I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. That is prompted by you, the investigating officer, above at 807. You have an entry on the 30th of July 2021. You say, Lieutenant Colonel Nandal said, inquiry for inspection. Then he inspects. Then you go further. At 808, there, once again, it's you, inspecting officer, sir, midway. And then somebody here, the name is not clear, does an inspection. You said it was inspection by province, okay? And beyond that, you never subjected this investigation diary to any inspection. You last subjected it to inspection, I shouldn't lie to you, on the on what you said is the 16th of September 2021.
Commissioner, I'm trying to understand what you want me to respond to.
No, I'm saying this is not to be relied. This investigation diary is a fabrication. It's inconsistent with the evidence before us. I gave you the example of a seal. You say you resealed in this investigation diary, and you presented it on the basis that it contains notes contemporaneously made. Today, when you make a statement before this commission, you cannot address the question of the seal that you put on that container on the 1st of July. And I'm saying it's because it was never there in the first place. That's why you're having a challenge.
Okay, may I respond?
You note here, you reseal it, but you don't even provide a number.
Okay, may I respond?
Please.
Okay. Firstly, I could not have imagined an unpack of 5,395 50-kilogram bags.
I don't know, I wouldn't know that.
Secondly, the warehouse manager's statement. Nobody even asks her about the 1st of July. She merely comments on the 22nd of June. So how can we even consider that statement as a reflection of what transpired on the 1st of July? I did meet with this individual. I'm sure even if he's called or we check his phone records or find out, or even from the warehouse manager, about whether this occurred, because remember, he had to come through with staff, with laborers, to physically unpack 5,395 bags. It couldn't have been me and 2 DPCI members that did that. They had done that. So if I say he was there, he was there. The warehouse manager is not disputing or confirming anything. She's silent on it because she wasn't asked about it. But I'm saying if I wrote that the representative, Tim Flaude, sorry for mentioning his name, from Mega Freight was here, this was the unpack that was done, and the reason I couldn't remember whether it was resealed, this happened nearly 5 years ago. I can't remember every single detail. But the fact now that I'm being painted as I'm lying about this entire incident, I take serious issue with that. Okay. And I feel the onus should not be on me now to prove that I'm telling the truth here. The onus should be on the commission. If you are alleging that I am lying about this, the onus should be on the commission to prove that I'm lying. So far, what you have showed me is a statement from the warehouse manager, not even talking about the 1st of July, what happened there. Yeah. Obviously, we would have had to go through the warehouse manager to make these arrangements. So that statement tells me nothing.
Should we infer from what you're saying that she wasn't asked about the 1st of July, that's why it's not in her statement? With that, should we infer that you, in fact, asked her about the 1st of July? It wasn't an independent recollection, because in the one statement, you're saying had she been asked about the 1st of July, she would have said something. In your statement, she says something. Should we infer that you asked? That's why it's in a statement. It wasn't independent recollection.
You know, Chair, I can't even recall, this investigation until I looked at it. But I'm saying the bottom line is this. The warehouse manager ought to have been contacted to confirm indeed whether this incident occurred as per my investigation diary. The investigation team that had investigated this theft, who alleged that I am lying in this investigation diary, should they not have contacted Tim Flaude and asked him whether he was there on this specific day? Should they not have checked his phone records to see if he was at CHC depot? Should they not have checked my vehicle tracker to see if I was there? Now I'm being painted to the whole country as though I'm a liar, I'm fabricating things, and I take serious issue. There's a whole lot of investigation that was done that is clearly swayed in a certain direction. Every time statements were taken, it's taken with the view of portraying me in a light as though I was part and parcel of this orchestrated placement of a container in Port Shepstone and the subsequent theft thereof. And I'm showing the Commission how statements were taken and individuals were not canvassed on certain issues. Now, we can't sit here today and I'm saying I was with a certain individual at a certain warehouse, and you take a statement from a warehouse manager and nobody sees fit to ask her, did indeed this incident occur on that date? But now I'm being told I'm lying.
Maybe they did ask her, did you have any other engagement with Colonel Jacob after the 22nd? Maybe they did, we don't know. And that's why I asked the question, did you ask her about the 1st of June? Because clearly she didn't volunteer it. You say she should have been asked. I don't know, maybe they should have asked her, but she didn't volunteer it, so it's not in her statement. I guess I'm just now intervening to say, well, maybe let's not put it higher than that it's not in her statement, and we have no explanation why it's not in her statement. And because of that, we have to test what you're saying. That's how it works. We have material in front of us, and we test it against what you say happened. And all that is happening now is to say to you, but if you were there on the 1st of July, how come Ms. Pillay says nothing about it? How come the Mr. Flowerday, whose name has been mentioned, says nothing about it. They both say nothing about it. And the only place that Ms. Pillay says anything about the 1st of July is in the statement taken by you. It matters to inquire further about it. Why is it in just your statement? Is it because you prompted it? Because clearly it doesn't seem like she remembered it independently.
Commissioner, you know, I'm going to put this in layman's terms, right? If the Commission is alleging that this never occurred, there's no such incident of an unpack and this representative of Mega Freight was not there, at least he should have been asked, did you attend or did you go for an unpack at CHC Container Depot on the 1st of July 2021 or 22, 21? And also, the warehouse manager, yes, I took a statement where I'm not sure how it came about, but yes, she talks about the 1st of July. So now it's the narrative of the Commission that I somehow just fabricated this to cover my back. But should she not have been interviewed by an impartial or an objective party to ask her indeed on the 1st of July, was there such an incident? I'm sure something must be on the system. Mega Freight must have some sort of record of what transpired on that day. Now, for today, to portray me to the country as though I'm lying, I fabricated this, it shoots down my entire credibility and integrity. And I feel this is an ambush because it did occur. Nobody asked these individuals, did you go to CHC on the 1st of July? But I'm being told now that it never happened because there's no such statement. Did anyone even try to obtain a statement?
Assumptions. I do apologize for interrupting. You are making assumptions that nobody went to ask her. It's a wrong assumption. And I'm going to show to you that she was in fact asked. So you can explain it away some other way, but don't say that nobody went to ask her to test the truth, the correctness of her first statement. For that, let's go to 607. If you turn over, leave at 608, it's a statement of 1st of October 2025. And at paragraph 2, at 607, you see she references a request by Captain Mashau to give further clarity about paragraph 7 in my previous A66 statement. That paragraph 7 is that the paragraph in that statement of the 6th of July 2021, where she says, members of Hawks arrived, an official from Mega Freight was present. They indicated they want to verify the packing list. When the members had finished, the container was locked and another seal was placed on the container. That's what she said about 2 weeks after the seizure. She doesn't say, identify who the members of the Hawks were. She doesn't identify this official from Mega Freight. She doesn't give it a seal number. She doesn't do anything. So
does the investigating officer...
Let me finish. It's in that context you must read page 607 at paragraph 2, because it requests her to give further clarity about paragraph 7. You see what I'm reading?
Yes, I see.
Okay. Now, her response follows. I really cannot remember the Hawks members' names who came to our company on the 1st of July 2021 to verify that the packing list corresponded with the contents of the container. It's been long since the 22nd of June 2021 and 1st July 2021 to can safely say who were the members from the Hawks who visited our office, because on the day in question or in my statement, I did not mention their names. Now, my understanding of what I'm reading is she doesn't even have a record to prompt her memory in October 2025 and say, let me go to my files and see that visit of the 1st of July where these Hawks members came, because I, maybe stupidly on my part, would expect her to have had an entry regarding this particular container, that it was visited on the 1st of July by these Hawks members in the event of anything. To have identified in that document the Mega Freight agent that she references at that paragraph 7. And lastly, to provide the details of the seal that was then placed there, because she says it was sealed. What page 607 tells you that she says, I can't help you beyond what I've stated there. And it's because there is, my conclusion, no objective tool that can help prompt her memory.
You keep saying paragraph 7, you mean 2, or have you moved on?
No, paragraph 7 is paragraph 7 of the original
Oh,
statement.
okay.
But paragraph 7 is at 578.
Okay, oh, sorry.
This is the statement taken by Colonel Jacobs.
All right.
So Colonel Jacobs was suggesting that she was never asked about the detail of the Hawks people and the mega fright. And I'm saying at 607, it's a handwritten statement dated 1st October 2025. Paragraph 2, it's paragraph 2 that specifically references that paragraph 7, and she says, I have been requested to give further clarity about that paragraph. Her response is, I cannot recall a stitch. She can only say so. She can't even say, I looked at my files and this is what I was able to glean from the files to remind myself.
I know you brought us to this statement to specifically respond to the
Indeed.
question whether this had ever been raised with her.
Indeed.
So indeed it does appear that
Yes.
it was raised with her. But what's your understanding, Ms. Sello, of the sentence, I really cannot remember the Hawks members' names who came to our company on the 1st of July 2021 to verify that the packing list corresponded with the contents of the container. What do you make of that?
What I make of it, she has got no record of that visit. Paragraph 7 does not identify those people. When she is required to provide specificity, somebody who is a manager responsible for that facility, who exercises control over commercial containers, would, I expect, be able to go to wherever they store their data, say, what container are we talking about and what date? I am going to pull out all documentation relating to that container as to what happened. That will give me the name of the Hawks members that came. I don't expect her to remember them off the top of her head. It will give me the name of the mega fright agent who I said in 2022 was present. I would have noted it. And it would give me the detail of the seal that was placed after this exercise. To all that she says, I don't remember, it was 4 years ago.
I read this to mean Hawks members did come, but I don't remember. It's just that I don't remember their names. And if that is what this indeed means, then it supports what the Colonel is saying.
No, but
about that visit.
No, Chair.
Also,
Let me try my point again.
Yes.
This is now part of the Port Shepstone burglary investigation.
Yes.
The investigator is chasing up on the statements that were in the inquiry file. It is the investigator that obtains this statement, says, I have received, amongst others, the statement you made in July 2021. Please provide me details regarding paragraph 7.
Oh, okay.
That is the request.
Okay.
She then files this statement, says, I cannot remember anything, but I say they did come. That's all she can say. And I say my challenge is the fact that she is an official agent does not even have a record to refer her to, because I take it she's in charge of other businesses, containers and property, that she can't even refer to a recorded entry that would help her identify those members who came, the mega fright agent, and the seal that was placed. All this does is to confirm a very blunt statement that she made on the 6th of July. Commissioner Baloyi asked, so on the 6th, when she made the second statement, she has no independent recollection of this particular visit because she doesn't mention it in the second statement. She only mentions it in the statement that Colonel Jacob took. And that is what I would believe prompted the investigator in October 2025, says there are two statements. The one fact is missing from the second. Let me go to her and give her an opportunity to file a further one to clarify, and it takes the matter no further.
But isn't this a criticism of her and not of the colonel? The fact that she doesn't have independent records?
And in fact, it was not directed as to the colonel as such as a criticism. I am saying the inference I draw is the difficulty with what went down on the 1st of July, 2021. Nobody seems to have an official record, notwithstanding the fact that Colonel Jacob's own diary says we resealed. But if you say, give me the details of the seal, nobody seems to have it. That is the criticism of what went down that day and what was recorded. It is very poor, and it's what creates these difficulties.
Before you ask your next question, Ms. Sello, may I just invite the Colonel to comment on the debate we've just had?
Okay.
Yes, Chair, I'm happy. Yes.
Thank you, Chair. Once again, to the Commission, you know, I think that you guys are obviously have the intellectual capacity to see what I'm saying now. Can you see who took?
I'm laughing at the reference to us as guys.
You know, Chair, you can see who commissioned the statement, right? Who the statement was obtained by. Does anywhere in the statement they even ask this warehouse manager, did Mega Freight representative come to the warehouse? All the statement says is that she can't recall our names, but Hawks members came there. Nothing further. This is the quality, this is the string, the theme that runs throughout this entire investigation directed towards myself. Shoddy investigation, statements that are vague. This tells us nothing, but it seems to be the reason I'm being called out as a liar. This tells us nothing. Why couldn't someone approach the guy from Mega Freight himself, who I claim was there? And let's hear what he has to say about this. Nobody's canvassed him on that. It's a vague statement, and now I'm being painted as an untruthful or a liar. And like I'm saying, if commissioners, you can see the statement. What does it tell us? What sort of a statement is this? It talks to what I've been saying, that all this entire investigation, there's one central theme. They've already got a predetermined conclusion in mind, and every statement that has been taken, we don't expect statements of this quality from DPCI head office, statements of this quality. I may have messed up my crime scene, but if you look at my statements, I try and put some content into my statements. These statements here, especially investigating the theft of over 200 million rand worth of drugs, and now to tell the country that I am involved based on shoddy investigation like this, I'm just expressing my dissatisfaction.
For the record, the agent was approached and he provided a statement. We dealt with it earlier.
But he was not asked, Commissioner, I'm saying, was he asked about the 1st of July? His statement tells me nothing about the 1st of July.
If you go to 654, that's his statement. 654. That's a statement dated 27 October 2025. It's handwritten.
Yes.
Do you see it?
Yes.
At paragraph, are you there yet?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. At paragraph 3, he says, I was not aware of the inspection that allegedly took place at the CHC container depot on the 1st July 2021, as I was not informed. That's what he says.
No, you know, seriously, Commissioner, this is my response. Sorry to just talk out of turn. I feel he was confused maybe about the day of the search, because this was taken in 27 October 2025, the statement. And if you look at it, it's taken by the same individual that I claim to be doing shoddy investigation. So now, he must be confusing, because he's talking about, I was not aware of the inspection that allegedly took place at the CHC container depot. He's probably confusing the inspection where we recovered those drugs. Not.
He says the first of July.
Yes, I'm saying,
Let's
yes,
not do
Commissioner,
that.
I hear you. I'm saying the statement was taken in 2025. He probably does not remember that the 22nd of June was the date of the recovery, and the 1st of July is the day that he came through for an unpack. Because, you see, he talks here, I was not aware of the inspection that allegedly took place at the depot on the 1st of July, right? I also attached the process.
Well, remember you said your complaint is he wasn't asked. I think that's why we have opened.
No.
We've been referred to this. You said the statement taking or the investigation is so shoddy.
Yes.
They didn't even ask him about the 1st of July.
Yes.
And we are referred to it for the to simply point out that,
Yes.
but his statement does say something about the 1st
Yes,
of
and
July.
I'm saying this, Commissioner, once again. This statement is taken on the 27th of October 2025 by the very same individual that I am alleging is always taking shoddy statements. So if I read this, I'm going to read it, right? I was not aware of the inspection that allegedly took place, paragraph 3, at the CHC container depot on the 1st of July 2026, as I was not informed. I also attached the process that will follow in case a container is being detained for inspection. As the cargo stop agency, I must be contacted if the client container is being detained. So he's talking about the actual day of our search of that container, the 22nd of June. I put it to you, to the commission here, that if this individual is engaged, he was either misled somehow, but if you read this, you can see he clearly is talking of the date of the seizure of those drugs.
May
He's
I
allu-
assist you, because in truth, I just made you zero in on paragraph 3, because
Yes.
I was interested in the date.
Yes,
But let's test what you are saying by looking at paragraph 2.
yes,
Paragraph 2 says that, whatever I understand, that I would like to further my statement I submitted on a previous occasion. So there's a recognition, there's a statement that precedes this one, correct?
yes,
Then he proceeds, I only attended the inspection of the container that was found with drugs at CHC warehouse container depot on 24th June 2021. See attached document.
yes.
So in paragraph 2, there is a recognition that the actual seizure was in June 2021. In paragraph 3, he deals with a different issue, which is the 1st of July 2020. So he appears to have an appreciation that there are two events here.
Okay, may I respond,
Yes,
Chair?
please.
There was nothing happening on the 24th of June. So my submission is this. You see in paragraph 2 where he says, I only attended the inspection of the container that was found with drugs at the CHC warehouse container depot on the 24th of June 2021. See attached document, right? The way I read this, he was confused. He's talking, instead of 24th of June, they're supposed to read 1st of July. And later on, he's supposed to, they got the dates mixed up here. Because if you read it in context, what I'm saying makes sense. I'll leave it to the commission. You can read it, and I'm saying it's my submission that paragraph 2 is supposed to read the 22nd of June instead of 24th of June, because that's the date we did the seizure. And this other date here that he's got, I was not aware of the inspection that took place on the 1st of July. No, I think the statement, because it was taken in so many years later, and in 2025, he got his dates mixed up. And the statement is, if you look at it in context, it does not make sense.
No,
What happened on the 24th
No,
of June?
Colonel, there's no mistake about the date of the 24th. You have accepted, or at least you are not contesting, that he wasn't there on the 22nd. You keep talking about context. Context is, this is a further statement to the earlier, to the one statement, where he says, you opened the container without his presence and without him being informed on the 22nd. So
He says on the 24th.
no. There's a earlier statement where he has said, I wasn't there on the 22nd, I should have been there. And then here he says, this is a further statement. So
Yes.
we know the first statement.
Yes, I'm aware.
And then he says, I only went on the 24th of June. You were not there, right? On the 24th of June. You were not there, so you don't know what he's talking about when he
Yes.
says I was there. But this is a further statement. He's not making a mistake. Otherwise, if we accept what you're saying, that this is a mistake, then and you say instead of 24, it should be 22, then it means he was there on the 22nd. But on your own evidence, he wasn't. Mr. Flowerdale wasn't there. You have listed who was there. The depot, don't shake your head. You've told us the depot, ORS, and your people, depot people, and the person that you thought was customs, and we've cleared. There was no customs there. So that's on your statement. That's on Bangas's diary. There's no mention on the 22nd of an agent being there. So where she says 24th I was there, he couldn't be referring to the 22nd. There is no mistake about it. So this is a further statement on the first one that says, I wasn't there on the 22nd. You didn't quarrel with that statement. You
Yes,
did not.
yes.
If you quarrel with
I
it, you
see.
quarrel with it only now. Where he says the 24th of June, he's not saying on the day of your inspection he was there. He's not saying that. And you say, you accept that he wasn't there on the day of the inspection. So he tells us, he introduces new facts. New fact is he went there on the 24th. We don't know what he did, right? He says, I went there on the 24th, and then he talks about the 1st of July. He says, I was not aware of the 1st of July inspection. And really at this point, they quarrel, if there's a quarrel, it's about the 1st of July. You claim he was there.
Yes.
He's filed a statement. He says, I wasn't there. And I think we're at a point where the commission, it's not a question of interpreting the statement. I think the statement is very clear what it's conveying. It's what do we do eventually with these conflicting accounts.
Yes. Okay, Commissioner, I'm calming myself down. I'm going to try and express myself so that you can understand. There's nothing that happened on the 24th of June for him to say that at CSC warehouse. It says here, I only attended the inspection of the container that was found with drugs at the CHC warehouse depot on the 24th of June 2021, right? No, I didn't engage with him on the 24th of June 2021. None of my members did. So clearly, there's some confusion with this date here because nothing happened on the 24th of June. That was 2 days after the bust. Then he goes on in paragraph 3 to say, I was not aware of the inspection that allegedly took place at the depot on the 1st of July, as I was not informed. Now, firstly, he's got the date on top wrong. Now, at the bottom, we've got the same captain that's obtaining his statement. And I'm saying to the commission that I think he confused this individual because he was present. And now you take his statement in 2025 in October. Obviously his memory is not that, fresh as to what transpired. So he's going to listen to the policeman who's taking his statement. And I'm saying to the commission, if you will allow me to get to the bottom of this, and I will furnish together with that previous request of yours, Commissioner Baloy, I will get to the bottom of this to show the commission that this can never be, and it will prove the recurring theme that I've been saying, that this investigation is orchestrated to point in a certain direction. I can put my neck on the block. This individual was there on the said day. Came through with laborers, we did an unpack, and if my investigation diary says that we resealed it, we resealed it. So I will get in contact with this company, I'll get to the bottom of this, but I take serious issue. You can see the dates, what happened on the 24th of June, there's nothing, but it